evos.com to see how Evos can be the eyes and ears of your nursery. Evos works with your smartphone to provide a live audio and HD video connection to your baby anytime and anywhere. On a date, at work, away on business, even serving your country overseas, Evos helps you never miss a moment. Whether your baby is with a sitter, your partner, a grandparent, or a friend, you'll be right there too. And with unique features like smart alerts that know the difference between a barking dog and your baby crying, extensive sleep tracking data, and state-of-the-art security features for your peace of mind, Evos is the smart baby monitor for connected parents. And enter the code SPORTS at checkout for $20 off. That's myevos.com. MYEVOZ.com.
Fifth Street Sports, folks, we're back. It's a beautiful, it's gotten really nice out here Wednesday afternoon in Las Vegas. My name is Frank Perez. I'll be joined with Florida Rick, my co-host. We're on Sports Byline USA, iHeartRadio. We're also on the American Forces Network. You can catch us on Facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports Talk. Rick, today, we were actually doing some studying on these freezing NFL games. Yeah, this one might be right up there in the top 10, don't you think, in Kansas City?
Yeah, I don't know if it'll make the top 10 list, but it'll surely be one of the coldest games in the last 20 years or so. It looks like it's going to be anywhere from 0 to 18 degrees. That doesn't factor in the wind chills. So, I've been kind of studying some of the coldest games in the NFL history over the last, 30, 40 years. And it's kind of interesting to see what the scores were. We'll talk about that on the show.
Yeah, I know for sure as a kid, it had to be, I remember in 67, the Cowboys were playing the Packers, okay? That had to be that game started off at minus 13 degrees, but with the wind chill, it was nearly 48 or 49 degrees below zero.
Yeah, that's officially on record as the coldest game ever played in the NFL. But when you do factor in the wind chill, the San Diego-Cincinnati championship game in 1982, actually, it was 59 degrees below zero with the wind chill. It was only 13 degrees below zero before. So those are the two coldest games in NFL history. This won't be that cold, but we're going to be getting some uncharted territory with some really cold situations for really high-flying offensive teams.
Holy smokes. Could you imagine that 48 and 59 degrees below zero with the wind chill? I mean, your fingers, how do you play in that?
I don't know. You would think you have to have every single inch of you covered, right? You can't have any skin exposed, or frostbite's going to probably set in almost immediately, I would think.
Yeah, and I'll bet you the first thing you want to do is say, let's just get this game over with. I don't even care about if we win or lose. I just want to go home. But, Rick, we got to get ready for a timeout. So when we come back, we're going to discuss this temperature in this game, what it's going to do to the total. And we got plenty more, folks. Fifth Street Sports, back in 3 minutes.
Hey, travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip, or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first-class tickets.
855-325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780. Want to fly somewhere? Looking for cheap flights or cheap tickets? Then call. That's right. Call the low-cost airline travel hotline now for prices so low we can't publish them anywhere. Low Cost Airlines has all kinds of cheap travel deals. Fly domestically and save up to 75%. You can even fly internationally and save even more. Yes, fly anywhere in the world and save a lot of money on your plane tickets. We'll even save you money with cheap travel deals on hotels, rental cars, even complete travel packages. So don't book your tickets until you call us first for the absolute cheapest prices on U.S. and international airline tickets and hotels. Call right now for prices so low they can't be published. Travel experts are here 24/7 to help. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. That's 800-754-4531.
Where do you want to go on a vacation or honeymoon? The Caribbean, Europe, Hawaii, Mexico? How about Disney or a cruise? At Superior Cruise and Travel, we've got you covered. We'll assign you your own travel concierge. They'll help you design a custom vacation plan that you can't find online. And the service is completely free. You can't compare the value of this to any other online travel company. We can help you plan a custom vacation anywhere in the world. We even offer payment plans with no credit card required. Now you pay off your vacation on your time schedule. Call now and mention the promo code RADIO and save up to $500. Book your custom trip. Call Superior Cruise and Travel now and talk to one of the highest rated travel agencies in the country with a 5-star A+ online rating.
800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. That's 800-570-9631.
All right, folks, we're back. Fifth Street Sports, Florida Rick. I'm Frank Perez. We are on Sports Byline USA, American Forces Network, and iHeartRadio, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. I think we're on everything. But anyways, Rick, we're talking about the weather in this Kansas City game, and we went all the way down to these. You know, I just looked up that 1982 Cincinnati game you were talking about with San Diego when it was 59 degrees below. That score ended up 27-7.
Yep.
And the
that was the Chargers.
Bengals.
Sorry. Yeah, that was the Chargers, Air Coryell days with Dan Fouts and John Jefferson and Kellen Winslow. So they were scoring a ton of points every game. And then they didn't work so well when they went to minus 59 degree temperatures. I think Cincinnati's running game just, was the answer, and San Diego didn't have anything to counter. So that's just something that we're probably going to have to look for this weekend, because I think with the wind chill, it's probably going to be in that 0 degree range. It won't be anything near the Dallas Green Bay game or the Cincinnati San Diego game, but I think we're looking at maybe 0, maybe slightly below 0 with the wind chill. And the home teams in these games usually tend to have a big advantage as well. Especially against teams from warmer weathers or from domes. The Patriots don't fit that category, but I still think this is another reason why Kansas City is such a good play this weekend.
Yeah, I like Brian's take on it. That if we can get some good value on, say, Kansas City minus 140 to 145. And then come back with New England plus 2.5, plus 110, 112. That could be a nice middle there. Yeah. Or even if you get 3 at 05, 3 110, maybe not as much, but yeah, definitely I love that, buying off the 3 to the 2.5 and reducing your risk, and then just having the numbers 1 and 2. But in a game this cold, like Brian said yesterday, missed extra points can clearly come into play. You get really odd scores sometimes. Even safeties can happen if, say, punters drop balls or go over their heads on bad snaps and things like that. So, and anything's in play, any number. Yeah, so it's scary the how opposed these two games are. You got this game, but when you say 0, if the temperature, like look at the game in Cincinnati when they played San Diego, it started off at minus 9 degrees, and with the wind chill was 59. And the Green Bay one was minus 13, and it ended up minus 48 with wind chill. So if this game starts off at near 0 temperature with the wind chill, it could get 20 or 25 below, right?
Yeah, that's definitely possible. I mean, we'll know more come the weekend. The early indications right now are, I think, in that 15 to 20 degree range, before wind chill. So that's why I'm thinking maybe
Oh,
zero
okay.
or slightly below zero. But that can easily change. And come Sunday, it might be 4 degrees, before any kind of wind chill's factored in, and then maybe we'll get like a 15 or 20 below, which would be
Oh,
fun for us not being at the game.
absolutely. And then just think how opposed the game is in the other games in that beautiful dome in New Orleans, right? With the Saints and the Rams. So one's in a dome where you're eating gumbo soup and drinking beer, and the other one, forget it. You're like out there saying, "Why am I here?" After 10 or 15 minutes, when you're out there, say, "What? Why did I come to this thing? I should have just told my friend, no, I'm not going to go. Thanks, anyways." But you're
Yeah.
stuck.
I think most of the fans are, we loyal KC fans, and KC is some of the greatest fans in the NFL. KC, Green Bay. I mean, they're going to show up in any weather conditions, and I think they're going to love it. They're going to be tailgating before the game. It's not something for me, but for people over there, they're going to thrive in this, and they're going to be loud. They're going to be boisterous. It's going to be a fun thing to watch, like I said, but it'll be a lot more fun watching it from my cozy living room than actually being at the game.
Oh, absolutely. I told you how miserable that's got to be. So anyways, talking about, so now let's get on to something else. We got some controversy in that DraftKings. I guess Rufus Peabody, who finished third, was not able. Well, how did that go where his bet didn't get graded in time for him to make that bet he wanted on the Saints -5 against the Eagles?
Okay, so to recap for people that don't really know what's going on here, DraftKings had a contest. I guess it was open strictly to New Jersey, people in New Jersey. So you had to either live in New Jersey or be visiting New Jersey for, I guess it was last week. I think it was Friday through Sunday last weekend. So it was a $10,000 entry fee, 5,000 of which went to your account and 5,000 which went to the contest. So the way they did it was, now the 5,000 you have in your account, that's real money, but the bets, I believe, are the same for the contest and for your regular bets. So whoever had the most money at the end of the weekend would be deemed the contest winner, and second place got second place. And it's $5,000 entry fees, or 10,000 officially, but 5,000 went to the pool. So because the New England game ran so late on Sunday, it ended 4 minutes before the Saints-Eagles game began. And for whatever reason, DraftKings in their system didn't grade everyone's plays at the same time. Somehow they must have been grading it in batches and so forth. And so Rufus Peabody, a very famous, well-known bettor / author, podcast guy, he was in the lead. He had a substantial lead going into the final game with the Eagles and Saints. And while most people's bets were graded, his still wasn't. He kept refreshing. Finally, by the time his was graded, the Saints game kicked off, and he wasn't able to place a bet on that game. Well, and this is the part I'm not sure about, but knowing Rufus Peabody, he had all his everything checked, everything covered. So he claimed he was going to bet Saints -5, -175 on the bye, and he was going to put, I guess, pretty much his entire balance on it. And since he didn't get it in, he didn't have a bet. He still ended up finishing third in the contest for $250,000. But first place was $1 million, second place was $350,000, and then he got third for $250,000. If he only finished $20,000 behind the winner. So if he, like he said he was going to do, and put his entire balance or most of his balance on that game, he would have won by over $20,000. And so this ended up costing him $750,000. And of course, he's not very happy about it. And we don't really know where it stands. All he's saying pretty much is that he's been in contact with DraftKings. I'm sure they've asked him not to discuss it further. I'm sure they're going to work something out. Maybe they'll work out and give him the $1 million as well, or maybe they'll give him like 500,000. But when it's all said and done, we'll know the outcome. But I don't know how long it'll take. Maybe it'll take another week. Maybe it'll be all finished up by this weekend. But yeah, in the meantime, he's been very upset, and I can see why. The fact that they had certain accounts graded on the game and other accounts not is unacceptable. I mean, it should be once the game's finalized and it's all graded, everyone's account's graded or no one's account's graded, one or the other.
Right. That's scary. And I believe he didn't have the option to bet this in the second half, right? I think the last game available was that New Orleans game. When that kicked off, it was over. He didn't have the ability to bet them in the second half.
I believe you're right. I think these were all pregame bets. Because if not saying he would have, but I'm sure we would have heard something about people betting having second half plays, and he would have I'm sure did something in the second half. But maybe he was already in contact with them, soon after the game started, and going over the whole situation, and maybe they told him not to bet the second half. So I don't know. I'm not sure if these were all strictly pregame bets. I think they were, though. I'm pretty sure they were.
Yeah. Boy, after that one controversy at DraftKings, well, I don't know if that was DraftKings or FanDuel, one of those two, had at the beginning of the season with that better that bet the interactive on the Raider Denver game that they didn't want to pay the $80,000. Boy, it just seems that like in every time this there's something involved in either a contest or a big bet over there with FanDuel, like Murphy's always in the house, Murphy's always there.
Yeah, well. The one good thing about those sites are they're so big that they know the negative publicity will come back and hurt them many more times. So it's best for them just to pay out.
Wow.
So if you're in one of those situations, it's best to be a site like that than an offshore book.
All right. Well, folks, we got to take a time out. Be back in 3 minutes. Got a great segment ahead for you. Stay tuned. Fifth Street Sports.
Attention business owners. Are you struggling while waiting for your customers to pay on their net 30, 60, or 90-day invoices? Can't get a business loan? Have no equity? Bad credit? Or maybe no credit at all? Then you need to call AmeriFactors right now. AmeriFactors will give you cash for your invoices and there's nothing to pay back. We simply buy your account receivables, and if those clients don't pay on the invoices, we take the loss. We give you funds based on your account receivables, not your credit. And 98% of all applicants are approved. It's that simple. With AmeriFactors, there's no more waiting for your customers to pay. We give you the funds up front, then we wait for your customers to pay us. Fund your business today. Call AmeriFactors right now.
800-847-1183. 800-847-1183. 800-847-1183. That's 800-847-1183. It has been said that everyone has a book in them. But do you have the time or the ability to write your book? Maybe you picked up some skills or had a life experience that you want to pass on in the form of a book to help others. Maybe you want to leave an autobiography for your family. Or maybe you've built a successful business and you want to share your story. At Dorrance Publishing Company, we have professional writers who can help turn your book idea into a finished manuscript quickly and affordably. A Dorrance ghostwriter can provide as much or as little help as you need to complete your book. You'll work directly with your ghostwriter to finish your book faster than you ever could on your own. It's easy to become a published author. Call Dorrance now to learn more. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. Call right now. That number is 800-485-6003.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But the secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517.
All right, folks, it's Fifth Street Sports. We're back. Just finished a nice segment on the Ice Bowl and the Rufus Peabody controversy with DraftKings. I'm Frank Perez, joined with Florida Rick, my co-host. We're on Sports Byline USA, American Forces Network, and also on iHeart, Facebook, and Twitter. Anyways, folks, what we want, we had a pretty sad thing, and I hope maybe I can get Nick down here, Rick. And I'm sure you know a little bit more about it than I do because you guys are in the poker circuit. But yesterday it looks like we had one of our good guys go down.
Yeah, very sad story. Gavin Smith, a very popular and famous poker player over the last 15 years or so, Canadian from Guelph, Ontario, just passed away in his sleep 2 nights ago in a really unfortunate situation. No one really has official details of what happened, but those that knew him well say, his hard partying lifestyle and drinking and so forth and things like that probably led to an early heart attack. I never knew him personally. I had lots of friends that knew him and had lots of stories with him. He seemed like a great guy. I mean, I played poker with him a couple times in tournaments over the years, but no one that I never had any conversation with him. But yeah, it's just one of those things you have to kind of look at and live and learn. He was only 50 years old. He was when we first started playing poker back in the early 2000s. He was one of those like big names like the Granu, Helmuth, Gavin Smith, maybe like Antonio Esfandiari. You had like Phil Locke. You had these guys, and you'd always see on like the Poker After Darks. You'd see them on High Stakes Poker. You'd see them on the WSOP coverage on ESPN, and they'd show all their big hands and so forth. So even though like those of us that didn't personally know him, you kind of felt like you knew him because they'd always do feature stories on him and so forth. And I guess over the last 7 or 8 years, his poker kind of came to a halt. He played only a few tournaments a year, I think, of recent, because he actually had 2 kids, so I believe were 6 and 8 or 7 and 8 years old, and he had sole custody of those kids. So I don't know the situation between him and his ex-wife or ex-girlfriend, but for whatever reason, he had sole custody of the kids. So that makes it even sadder that these kids now are going to grow up without their father, who was had complete custody of them, was with them all times. And he was living in Houston, the last I heard. And he was living in Houston, but I think before that he had actually moved to Alaska after Vegas. And yeah, crazy stories about this guy. And everyone said he was a great guy and so much fun to be around. Always the life of the party. When he entered a room, he was the one that everyone gravitated to. And I guess I wish I had been at some of those parties, but I never was fortunate enough to be there. So Brian Wilson, who's okay. Hey, Nick.
Oh, Nick's on the line?
Hey, guys. Yeah, Nick here. And I heard the discussion was going to Gavin Smith, and I knew Gavin very well during the mid-2000s up to the late to 2010 or so, and it's terribly sad. Gavin was really one of the good guys. He had all the personality flaws that top-class poker players had, but there was a heart of gold in there. He was a lovely guy. He lived hard and fast during those years, and I don't know what the cause of his tragic death was, but I have to think the lifestyle from the early days probably caught up with him. I know there was a time when he went clean and lost a lot of weight, and I will have David Plastique on along with Brian Wilson here in the next few days to talk more about it. But a great loss. He was the WPT champion, player of the year. He won his first bracelet in, a few years ago, really. That was one of his ultimate goals. A great poker player, a great guy, and honestly, we lost one of the good ones. The sad thing is that he has 2 kids that he has sole custody, and there is a GoFundMe page set up. If you go onto our Facebook page at facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports Talk, I believe Brian Wilson put the link to the GoFundMe page up. The money goes through a lawyer's escrow account and will go only to his children. And I think they're trying to raise $100,000. I think they were a little shy of 60 right now. So any help would be appreciated.
There you go, guys. That's Nick Geber, a real good friend of Gavin Smith, telling us the tragic story of a good guy,
Nick,
a great poker player.
If you're still there, Nick, I've heard Gavin was his favorite drink was a Greyhound. I have no idea what a Greyhound even is. Can you shed some light on that for me?
I'm not sure either. He did drink a lot of them back in the day, and he liked to bet a lot. He liked to play high-stakes blackjack. Unfortunately, more often than not, he was on the losing end. But look, every top-class poker player has some demons in the closet, and Gavin was no different.
Yeah, I think a Greyhound. We can Google it. It might be grapefruit and vodka. Let me. While you guys are talking about this, but that was his favorite drink.
Yeah, that was.
What is it? Andrew's going to look it up. So maybe we should have a drink in honor of Gavin.
Well, we've lost a lot of great poker players recently. I mean, in the last few years, we lost. Chad Bautista, who was known as Little Hold'em, who was a prolific online player and made his mark on the circuits. He died a few years ago. We lost obviously Dave Kolkloff and Devilfish Ulliott died. I mean, we're losing a lot of guys from the stable of poker players from the mid 2000s.
Now, Nick, those last three guys that you just mentioned, what were their ages? Were about kind of.
Dave Kolkloff was actually a very good friend with Brian Wilson, and his I want to say he was in his early 40s when he died. Devilfish was English, and I want to say he was a bit older than that, and wasn't the nicest of guys, by the way, to be fair. But Chad Bautista was young. He was in his late 30s, early 40s, very early, late 30s, I think. Chad. So,
is the common denominator there just fast lifestyle, drugs, drinking, all that stuff?
Well, I don't want to, I don't want to make any wide generalizations, but Chad certainly drank himself to death in the long run. I think he had cleaned up his act somewhat, and but it caught up with him. I don't know what the cause of Gavin's death was, so I would hesitate to comment on that.
Right. Okay, yeah, sure. But, boy, yeah, it's a sad thing. These are young guys. I mean, you would think, boy, football players a lot of them live to be 80 and 85 years old. You would think poker players could live to be 105, They don't take the hits after football players.
Well, football players might live to be 85, but they don't remember anything that happened in their life after they're 50 because of the terrible brain injuries. But that's another topic for another day. Guys, I want to just remind everyone to go to the Facebook page, facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports Talk, and you'll see the link to the GoFundMe page. It's only for Gavin's kids. The money is going to go to Poker Royalty. That's their law firm and agent. That was Gavin's law firm and agent, or that represented him. It's going to go to their escrow account and will be distributed only to his children.
Got it. Thank you very much for that. So there it is, Gavin Smith, GoFundMe page. Help them out, guys. Help the kids out. Fifth Street Sports. Andrew, how much more time we got on the? We still got three or 4 minutes on this one, Rick. There's something that I wanted to really ask you. This game in New Orleans, that's the one that you and Brian attended earlier in the season. The Rams at the Saints, right?
Yep, same game, same exact game, same venue. Yep.
And do you think we're going to have a big, high scoring affair just like that other one?
Well, I don't think we're going to get 80 points scored like we did last time, but I do think it's going to be I mentioned this, I think, Monday. I do see a game maybe in the low 30s to high 20s. So I would lean towards the over in that game. Surely a lot more than the Patriots game over. But we're not going to get 80 points. That's not going to happen. But I still think that once these teams get in rhythm, they're going to have a hard time stopping each other. And we're going to see a game like 21-14 or so, 21-17 at the half. And I think when all's said and done, we'll see a game 35-27, 35-28, and it'll sneak over that total of 57. It's hard to go over 57 in an NFC or AFC championship game, but the fact is, if you're going to do it, it's going to have to be two explosive offenses in a controlled environment. where weather will not be a factor at all, and both teams will be able to do anything they want offensively. And I can't see when these defenses do finally get a stop, it's going to be such a big deal that this team finally stopped the other team, or if they even just hold them to a field goal. That's almost going to be the same thing as getting a stop in this type of game. So it's hard to see how they're not going to get 60 points in this game. But I do think it's going to be a close game. I told you I lean Saints in this one. I don't love them at all, but I definitely lean Saints, especially if you can get 3 minus 20, maybe 3 minus a quarter. But I know you and Bri are both leaning towards the Rams. This was the one game where none of us had strong opinions. The KC New England game is the game where me and Bri are very strong on Kansas City, and I guess you're still very strong in New England. I don't know if the weather has changed your mind a little bit, but the Patriots have always played great in cold weather too, but typically that's always at home. They've when they go on the road and play in cold weather, it's not necessarily the same thing.
No, I got you. No, I'm still strong on the Patriots, and also I got an email from Rockford, or I'd seen it sounded like Rockford. Who the heck knows what this guy looks like or where he's coming from? But he's also on your Kansas City. So it looks like I'm going to be on an island by myself with the Patriots, which is okay. I'll take Brady and Belichick and enjoy myself with that. Guys, we'll be right back. Small break, Fifth Street Sports.
Text messages. Message and data rates may apply. Texting privacy rules and terms and conditions at textrules.us.
Has dinner got you down? Sick of awful frozen meals or unhealthy fast food? Don't despair, because Martha Stewart is doing a free taste test, giving away 3 full-size meals from her new meal kit delivery service, Martha and Marley Spoon. All fresh ingredients with Martha's delicious and easy recipes. You're eating in just 30 minutes. To be part of Martha's at-home taste test and get 3 free meals, be one of the first 100 people to text the word LESS to 246810. It's so easy. Text us now. Martha and Marley Spoon meals are easy, simple, and delicious. And right now, Martha wants you to enjoy 3 of her best 30-minute meals for free, so you can save time and enjoy eating dinner again. To be part of Martha's at-home taste test and get your 3 free meals, be one of the first 100 people to text LESS to 246810. That's LESS to 246810. LESS to 246810.
Attention to anyone that's written a book or wants to write a book. The process is not that complicated. Take a first step. Even if you write a page a day, you'll build momentum and your book will become a reality. The hard part is getting it published. That's when you need to call Page Publishing. They've got hundreds and hundreds of thank yous from different new authors, just like you. They make the process of publishing your new book and getting it sold online a simple process. You can learn how simple it is right now by calling for your free Page Publishing new author submission kit. One quick 3-minute phone call, that's all it takes to get free information and learn how you can get your book published. Pick up your phone right now and call us 24 hours a day at this number. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. That's 800-603-0885.
Do you use the blue pill to charge your sex life? Have you been thinking about trying the blue pill? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pill delivers the exact same results for less than $3. We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than 5.
All right, guys, I've got Brian on the line, too.
What to do next? You need to call and get your 44 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying for the other blue pills. Call us and start saving a ton of money for the exact same results. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. That's 800-223-0992.
All right, we're back. Fifth Street Sports. We just had a nice little segment where Nick chimed in about our dear departed friend Gavin Smith. And also now on this segment, we have Florida Rick, my co-host, and my other co-host is calling in, Mr. Oklahoma Brian. Brian, Brian.
Hey, fellas.
How's it going, brother?
How's it going? Going real good.
Hey, bro.
Cold. Not as cold as Kansas City, but pretty darn cold.
Great. Hey, let me ask you about this guy transferring. What's his last name? Hurts? Jalen Hurts?
That would be the one.
Yeah. Kind of a merry-go-round. There's really a lot of guys transferring, but he's I suppose he's the biggest name because he's transferring into Oklahoma, and this will be the third year now that Oklahoma's gone with a transfer quarterback. The last two have done all right. They won Heisman trophies and went to the semifinals of the national championship. And if things go well with Kyler Murray, I guess they'll also both be first-round draft picks, almost a certainty at this point. So if I'm Jalen Hurts, I suppose that's a pretty impressive marketing campaign that Oklahoma has. A chance to be the third guy to come in, and we'll have a chance to work with with a coach that's widely considered to be the most creative and innovative mind in the in terms of offensive theory in college football. So I can certainly see why he would want to go there, and I can see why Oklahoma would want Jalen Hurts. He's a spectacular talent. He's I believe he was the offensive player of the year in the SEC 2 years ago. And he's he's not the same type of passer that Murray and Mayfield were, but he's a tremendous athlete, and I have a feeling that they'll be able to kind of restructure the offense to suit his talents.
Well, good luck to him. Well, here we are. So this is the third segment, which is our money segment, right? I mean, do you want to add something to that, Rick?
Yeah, well, besides the Jalen Hurts thing, I was gonna ask Brian about this whole Austin Kendall deal, and I think Brian's been following this too. You want to catch people up to speed on that, Brian?
Yeah. So in Oklahoma, obviously they're losing Kyler Murray. He's going to be either going off to baseball or football, which creates a vacancy at would be pretty much considered to be the most desirable spot to play quarterback at this point, and their alternatives next year would have been a kid named Austin Kendall, who is a very highly recruited player, and then maybe the highest recruited quarterback in the country coming out of high school this year. There's a kid named Spencer Rattler, who's out of the Phoenix area. I've seen him as high as the number 2 overall player in this recruiting class. So he is the future of Oklahoma football in terms of the quarterback position. But the problem with Spencer Rattler is, and it's funny that you'd even call it a problem, but he's got to graduate with his high school class in the spring. And it's even crazy that that's an abnormality. But what's happened recently is a lot of these quarterbacks that have a chance to play their freshman year, they kind of know ahead of time, by their junior year, they start loading up on credits, and they find a way to graduate from high school in the fall. And that allows them to enroll early at the university and take place in spring practice. And for an offense as complex as Oklahoma's, you can't just have a guy walk onto the team in August and be able to succeed. You really need to get there kind of, 6 months ahead of time, or certainly 4 or 5 months ahead of time, and learn the playbook. So Spencer Rattler, aside from the fact that he was a true freshman, was going to be underprepared, in terms of knowing the playbook. The other guy would have been Austin Kendall, and if nothing happens, Austin Kendall would be the quarterback for Oklahoma, but Oklahoma and Jalen Hurts start flirting with each other. It becomes obvious that's happening. And Austin Kendall knows, hey, why do I want to sit around here and be a spectator? I need to go off and get another starting job. So he is going to West Virginia, who's getting a new coach, by the way, because Holkerson is on his way out, going to Houston. And it's essentially a win-win. Everyone benefits, except for there is a rule in the conference that says that if you're transferring from one school in the conference to another, that your previous school has the ability to obstruct you. I say obstruct, so I have a really big problem with this. They have the ability to make you sit out for one full year and not be able to play. And it looks like Oklahoma is going to play that card to make this kid have to sit out. And I think it's a totally low-class, just BS move. And I know the schools have done it, but I think it looks horrible. I really think it's a absolutely disgraceful thing for a university to do, to take a 20-year-old kid who is doing nothing more than trying to advance himself, to put himself in a better position. And here you have, athletic directors making millions, and head coach making what? He's probably making $7-8 million when he gets his new contract. And they're going to tell this kid that he can't follow his dreams. I think it's absolutely horrible, and it really, it's not a thing that makes people hate the NCAA and hate college sports. And I wish that something would be done about it, but it really, really bothers me. I don't know what your thoughts on. Do you think that's a acceptable move to
Well, I mean, Brian, but they're playing a card that you would play, because in college football, especially big time down there, Southern college football, I mean, it's a jungle out there. And then if they can play that card, it's nasty. I mean, I know it's nasty and low class, but it's a big time, it's big money and big rivalry, and these schools have no shame saying we hate you and we're gonna obstruct you.
The way I see it, though, it's such a...
When you're doing that... Go ahead, Rick.
The way I see it, though, it's such a bad PR move for Oklahoma to do this. And, kids who are coming there are going to say, wow, if I go there and I decide after a year or two I'm not happy there and I want to transfer somewhere else, they're going to probably block me. And that would make me, as a high school recruit, a wanted high school recruit, that had a choice of several colleges, big-time Division I schools, that would turn me off to Oklahoma. And so, unless I was, in the area and I wanted to stay close to home, that would make me, second think or think again about if I really want to attend there. And I think it's just a bad PR move, especially to do it with one player who's, yes, you're gonna have to play him one time next year. Okay, well, you're still gonna play him one time the next year as well.
Yeah, but Rick, but I totally disagree with that, because first of all, if Oklahoma, for a lot of the players, it's not going to matter, because if you suck, Oklahoma's not going to try to block you. Or if you're just mediocre, or you don't, if you're not a big star, they're not going to try to block you. They could care less. Like, they hope you go somewhere else. So if you're one of the few players that they actually care about blocking, you know that you have that talent, and Oklahoma's going to love you, and the team's behind you. I think it's the opposite. I think a team that, if I was a real superstar, that would actually go to great lengths to go out there and shame themselves, saying, nope, this guy's he's either stays with us or we're not going to let him play. That's kind of like that girlfriend that's got the jealous, like that girl that's really jealous of you. Like, if you say hello to somebody, you got that little attraction because she wants you that badly, But if you suck, I can guarantee, or if you're not that good, Oklahoma's not going to try to block you. You can count on that.
Well, I agree with you, but I also think Rick makes a great point. It's a big negative in terms of future recruits for certainly at the quarterback position. It would make me think twice as a high school athlete about going there. But I also think it undermines the entire credibility of the sport, which proclaims itself to be an amateur sport. And it's hard to even say that without laughing. But I just think it's a full-on acknowledgement that we're a professional sport. We're not an amateur sport. We don't play our athletes. They're completely adventurous sports. We want the best of all worlds. We want to be able to act like we're the NFL when it's convenient. We want to not pay our players. And, all I can say to college athletics, especially big-time football, is remember these instances, because this will eventually come back to haunt them. And there's going to be a payback for this eventually. And it's just one more piece of the puzzle to make the public realize, what a crock this is in terms of a amateur sport. But, if Lincoln Riley thinks that he needs to do that to help him, win a national championship, I say, okay, it's your call. I really don't think West Virginia is going to be the pivotal link that makes or breaks Oklahoma's season and determines whether they win a national championship. And, by the way, next year is a year that they play West Virginia in Norman, so it actually would have made sense to to let him play this year. I don't know. It's their call. They've made the bet. They can lay in it. I think it's absolutely disgraceful.
Well, like they say, like Nick says, if you want a friend, you buy a cat. There's no little friends in college football. They spent their times. They recruited you. They brought you in. What do you think, Brian? Are they going to be really nice and say, yeah, go ahead and play for the competition. No problem. Good luck to you. We wish you well. Bull crap. There's no friends in college football at that level. So, anyways, guys, we are getting down. We don't have too much time, Brian. Those were great little segment points you brought in that you shared with Rick. But we need to get some talk we can bet on. So, because we only have three minutes left in this segment, and we got about 2.5 minutes left in the other one. So, you guys fire something off here so the players can make some dough tonight.
Okay, I'll gladly start off. There's a few NBA games I like tonight, and we'll see how they do. Last night we kind of split. We got the Golden State game completely wrong. We said Denver and under, and Golden State scored 150 points or so. So that was a loser. But we did have Nevada in college basketball. The Bulls, which I ended up pushing. I think probably we were saying about they like the Lakers under as well. Mm-hmm. So that was a winner. So it was small profit tonight, but nothing that great. But tonight in the NBA, there's a lot of games. And
but don't forget your Boise State. Don't forget your Boise State, Rick. That was a nice win you gave out.
I said Nevada. I meant Boise State versus Nevada. Right. Sorry. Okay. So right, Boise State. So almost won outright, by the way, but just missed it. Anyway, so go NBA. Some big public games tonight, which I kind of like the opposite sides. I like Orlando +4 at Detroit. Public is all over Detroit in this game. Not really sure why. Detroit seems like they're going in the wrong direction. So I'll gladly take 4 points here, even on the road. Game 5, 28. Memphis +5.5. You might be able to get 6s now. Milwaukee just played a game last night. They beat up the Heat, beat them really good. They've traveled to Memphis today. Usually teams don't play that well 2 nights in a row, especially traveling. I think Memphis is still hurting from that. Houston lost a couple nights ago where Harden put up 57. Like I said, he's probably going to have to score to the 70 range for them to win like they did, and he did it. So, you almost have to say now he's the MVP for sure in the NBA. But anyway, getting back, I like Memphis in that one. I'm going to go against Houston and Harden again, which is game 531. I'm going to take Brooklyn +6. I'm going to say the same thing. Okay, they're without 3 starters. Harden carried them the first game. He's probably going to carry them tonight and score another 40. But is he going to put up 60, 70? Brooklyn's turned a corner like we talked about a couple nights ago, the way they beat the Celtics. I really like Brooklyn 531 +6. I know we'll come back from the break and talk about the others.
Yeah. All right, Brian. Rick, when we come back, we'll finish it up. Fifth Street Sports back in 3 minutes.
Attention business owners, now is the perfect time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. We can give you packages with up to 90 great channels and save your business a ton of cash. And if you call right now, you can learn how to get free equipment and free installation. Now you have choices. It's time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. And call today and get 90 channels plus free equipment and free installation. Smart business owners like you all across the country are consolidating and saving money on their cable TV, internet, and phone service for the business. So now's the perfect time. This may be a limited time offer to the first 100 people that call right now, so please save money and call now.
800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. That's 800-470-7113.
Remember in the beginning, when you first started to build a life for you and your family, you never imagined it would come to this. Instead of living your dreams, you're living with debt. In fact, it's smothering you. Now there's a way you can take back control with one simple call. If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, you qualify to receive a free, no-obligation consultation on how to get rid of that debt for good. Call the Debt Helpline now. We work on your behalf to reduce your debt. We specialize in credit cards, retail store cards, and medical bills. One simple call is all it takes to get the ball rolling to a debt-free life. Stop living with debt and start living your dreams. Call the Debt Helpline now.
800-957-6063. 800-957-6063. 800-957-6063. That's 800-957-6063.
If you or a loved one is suffering from a physical or emotional condition that has left you unable to work, then listen carefully. Take this number down. 800-593-7491. That's 800-593-7491. When you call, you'll speak with a Social Security disability expert and get a free evaluation to see if you may qualify for disability insurance benefits from the U.S. government. That's right, a monthly cash payment paid directly to you from the Social Security Administration. Whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied disability benefits, call now. The disability attorneys at Pinnacle Disability can help you build your case, file an appeal, and represent you at no upfront cost to you. Don't wait another minute to see if you may qualify for your Social Security disability benefits. Call Pinnacle Disability Group at 800-593-7491 for your free case evaluation. That's 800-593-7491. 800-593-7491. Call now.
All right, folks, we're back. Fifth Street Sports on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. My name is Frank Perez. I'm joined with Florida Rick. We just had Brian call in, but he's off the line now. He gave us a really good info on the transfers over here of Hurts and Kendall. Anyways, Rick, so far, this is what we have from you. We have Orlando +4, Memphis +6, Brooklyn +6, and we're waiting for some more, brother.
Okay, I was going to give out the New Orleans Hornets, New Orleans Pelicans, +7 tonight at Golden State. I think Golden State had their big game last night against Denver. They had to play back-to-back now. And I think it's going to be a close game. New Orleans is playing well, and it's going to be a tough one to come back after having that all-in performance last night and have another big one. I do think Golden State will win, but I believe it's going to be a close game. And then off to college, Brian wanted to give out one of his college picks, which was game 8, Texas Tech -5 against Iowa State. I don't know his reasoning. I just know that that's his play. So that's his one pick. And I have one college play myself, and that is game number 802, Penn State at home -2 Iowa. This is a game where 70 to 75% of the public is betting Iowa. The game opened at a pick'em. It's now going up to 2.5 on Penn State. This is your prototype pros versus Joe's game, and I think the pros will get it done. And Penn State at home should get a victory here. So if you can get -2 on Penn State, still grab it while you still can, and run to the bank with it.
So let me get this right, Rick. So on this Penn State, you actually you're actually going to stick with them with the line move. They went from pick to 2.5. You're going to stick with Penn State.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when the public is this high on a dog, yes, I'd rather have pick 'em, but I'll still lay the 2 at this point.
Okay, of course. Okay, so here we go from Florida Rick. We got Orlando +4, Memphis +6, Brooklyn +6, New Orleans +7. And Penn State -2.5-ish early game. And then also from Oklahoma, Brian, we're going to go out with Texas Tech -5. That should be it. Guys, it's a wrap. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. We appreciate you. Fifth Street Sports, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. See you tomorrow.